So OpenAI's agent kit has dropped and everyone's going crazy saying it's going to revolutionize the space. I'm going to lose my job. AI automation agencies are dead. I think not. No, I do not believe that. Okay. And why you should listen to me. I did 235K last month with my automation agency. So I've got the knowledge and understanding of how to make money in the space. I've also got a decent following on X, which doesn't really benefit. Actually, ignore me. Let's get into it. Agent kit. Everyone's saying build every step of agents on one platform. Yes, that is very correct. It is a great play by OpenAI to get everyone within their ecosystem, which I respect massively, and it's a great long-term play. As you can see with Apple, they've done the same thing, and they've done unbelievably. So amazing for them for that. But personally, I think the build out itself is not the most incredible thing ever. So let's just get into the video. As you can see, it's quite literally very similar to N8N or Make, and I just think at a much lower degree. So it's not as complex as N8N or Make, and I think that's where it falls. So if you do want to make very simple workflow, I think you can utilize it massively. Still, if you know how to utilize N8N or Make, it's not worth the hassle to migrate over. Just stay on it. You can make fully functioning, high-class workflows on those platforms. Don't worry. I think it's pretty cool that it does open the water a bit to more people, but the thing is, they say it's no code. It's really not. It's like no less code. You don't need to have a great understanding of code to utilize it, but you need to understand some coding and automation flows, conditional logics, all that stuff. So it's not no code. And I still believe that's where the biggest money can be made. If you're able to create a product that can essentially take a chat interface and turn it into a fully functioning workflow. I know Manus is able to do that at a pretty high level, so that's amazing, but it's just not out there as much. That's still where the money making is. I think it's an amazing play for OpenAI. It's great, but the thing is, you can still see you need to understand logic, you need to understand variations, and you need to understand how it works. Hallucinating guardrails, which is, the guardrails are pretty fire, but I mean, if you do have an understanding of N8N or Make, you put guardrails in either way. I think for production workflow, you won't really be using it to put in or in place into a business. It's nothing too drastic. I think if you're able to use N8N or Make, you will be much better off and you'll be able to build on it much more. I think where it lacks, it is very new, Agent Kit, so it doesn't have that many nodes and different operations behind it. I think it'll build in time, but as of right now, it's very simplistic. It doesn't have too much depth to the nodes and the clarity. So that's pretty cool. The other drawback I think of it is the feature that you can only use OpenAI's models. So you can only use ChatGPT and O3 Mini, all those lovely stuff. And I think that's the biggest drawback and why I probably won't migrate over to it. I use different LLMs for different tasks. So I use Claude for copy, and then I use Gemini for marketing. I use DeepSeek for research. I use Perplexity for research. I use a bunch of different LLMs for different tasks, and I don't think OpenAI gives you the ability for that. You have to use GPT. And personally, from my personal experience, GPT is like that weird kid at the family dinner. Everyone's like, oh my word, he's so nice, he's so smart, he's so cool. And you just don't get it. Everyone's like, oh my word, GPT is amazing. I just don't get it. I personally haven't had crazy outputs from it. It's just very general and just very basic. So that's what I use GPT for, the very basic tasks and for a cheap LLM. But the thing is, I think it's not worth the hassle to go over from N8N or Make. If you are starting off in the automation space, I think it would be a great starting point. It's not much simpler than N8N or Make, but I think the benefit of being native or understanding the interface will be very good going forward, because I can imagine OpenAI are going to adapt on it quite a lot. So long story short, if you're native to N8N or Make, it's not worth the hassle. Don't switch over. If you are starting out, I think it'll be a great thing to play around with and just see. It's very basic. You're not going and doing in-depth deep dives. They say that they give you templates. Good for you. N8N and Make also give you templates. It's nothing too drastic. I still believe that even with this, everyone's saying, oh my word, it's revolutionized the space, and everyone's going to be able to get into AI automations. The only way you can get into AI automations is when you understand business operations. You can't come into AI automation thinking you can just sell an agent. You need to understand how to solve a business problem. And what I always say, and what so many of these people online do not speak about, which is the most delusional bullshit ever. They teach you how to make N8N workflows, or coming to be OpenAI workflows, and they don't teach you how the fuck to find a business problem. Sorry for the swearing, But yes, they don't teach you how to find a business problem. And I think that's the biggest issue. So if you're able to understand business operations and where you can implement workflows into them, the world is your oyster. And so many people overcomplicate this. But once again, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got some value from it. If not, drop it below and I'll create another video for you just to please you. I always want to please you guys. A bit odd, but okay. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video and you gained value from it. And as always, I'll see you in the next. Cheers.